Are you blindly following that 5W30 recommendation on your oil cap without understanding what it actually means for your engine? Here's something most drivers don't realize. That oil viscosity rating isn't one size fits all, and using 5W30 in the wrong situation can quietly destroy your engine over time. After working on thousands of engines and analyzing oil-related failures, I've seen a clear pattern. Drivers stick with 5W30 because it's common. But common doesn't always mean correct for your specific situation. Today, I'm breaking down exactly when 5W30 is wrong for your engine, what damage it causes, and what you should be using instead. Let's get into it. Let me explain what's really going on under the hood of today's vehicles. Engines are now manufactured with incredibly precise tolerances, much narrower gaps between moving parts like bearings and journals. This design allows for thinner oils, such as 0W20 or even 0W16, to reduce drag, boost efficiency, and help meet tough government fuel standards. The problem arises when an engine built for something like 0W20 gets filled with 5W30 instead. Many think thicker must be safer, but that's a myth. Thicker oil struggles to circulate fast enough through those tiny passages, leading to increased pumping effort, higher operating temperatures, buildup of sludge, and even reduced mileage. Your engine fights against the resistance, generating extra heat that wears components faster than it protects them. I remember a case with a 2020 Toyota Camry that came into the garage with around 90,000 miles. The owner had switched to 5W30 years ago, believing it offered superior protection. But the engine was engineered specifically for 0W20. Soon, the variable cam timing actuators began malfunctioning, causing hesitation during acceleration and a noticeable drop in gas mileage, from about 35 miles per gallon highway down to 30. The thicker oil couldn't deliver proper pressure and flow to the VVT system. After switching back to the factory-recommended 0W20 synthetic, the issues improved dramatically over a couple of changes, but some internal wear on the timing chain and actuators was irreversible, shortening the engine's life. On the flip side, there are engines that start to suffer when you keep using 5W30 as mileage piles up. Once you hit 75,000 to 100,000 miles or more on an engine originally spec'd for 5W30, clearances naturally widen from normal wear. Thinner oil at hot temperatures can leak past bearings too easily, failing to maintain a strong protective film. In these cases, stepping up to a high-mileage version of 5W30 or even 10W30 in warmer areas can make a huge difference. Take a 2014 Ford F-150 I worked on with 180,000 miles. The owner reported a loud lifter noise on startup and when hot, plus burning through a quart of oil every 1,500 miles, all while faithfully using standard 5W30. We moved him to a high-mileage 10W30 blend, with extra seal swell agents and anti-wear additives. The noise quieted down almost immediately, and oil use dropped to nearly nothing between 5,000-mile intervals. A key point many overlook: the 5W part of 5W30 only affects cold start performance. It measures flow at very low temperatures, around -30 degrees Celsius or colder. A 10W30 might be slightly thicker for the first few minutes after starting in winter, but once the engine reaches full operating temperature, both 5W30 and 10W30 perform identically in the 30 hot viscosity range, roughly 9.3 to 12.5 CST at 100 degrees Celsius. That's why, in consistently warm regions, high-mileage engines often benefit from 10W30 without any downside to cold weather protection. But here is a warning. Don't fall into the trap of thinking even thicker is even better. Jumping to something like 15W50 or 20W50 in a modern engine is a recipe for disaster. Oil that's excessively heavy can't reach critical areas quickly enough, especially at higher RPMs, resulting in dry starts and metal-to-metal scouring. I've disassembled engines where well-meaning owners used racing-grade thick oils, only to find bearings etched and scored like they'd been grit blasted. Proper flow is essential for building and maintaining that vital oil film. Fuel economy takes a hit too when you use the wrong grade. Running 5W30 in a vehicle designed for 0W20 can shave off 1 to 5% efficiency, depending on driving conditions. For someone putting on 12,000 to 15,000 miles a year in a 30 miles per gallon car, That translates to dozens of extra gallons burned annually. Easily $50 to $100 wasted at the pump, not counting the added wear. Turbocharged engines demand extra caution. They generate intense heat and pressure in the turbo bearings, which spin at insane speeds. If the manual calls for 5W30, straying to a thinner oil risks film breakdown under load, while going thicker can starve the turbo of timely lubrication, leading to rapid bearing failure and costly replacements, often $1,500 plus. Stick precisely to spec unless you have data from the manufacturer allowing alternatives. Climate plays a massive role as well. In harsh winters with sub-zero temps, the better cold flow of 5W30 versus 10W30 minimizes startup wear. But in scorching hot areas with constant high loads, a high-mileage engine might run cooler and quieter on a slightly heavier hot viscosity. Another frequent costly error: owners of mid-2010s vehicles with 5W20 specs upgrading to 5W30 for better protection. This often triggers VVD or VCM system faults, poor performance, and eventual repairs that can exceed $1,000 to $3,000 for solenoids, screens, or chain components. Those systems are finely tuned to expect exact flow characteristics. So when is 5W30 genuinely the perfect option? When your manual explicitly recommends it. Your engine is relatively low mileage, under 75,000 to 100,000 miles. You experience varied weather, and there are no signs of consumption, low pressure, or unusual noises. Modern full synthetic 5W30 offers outstanding all-around performance, which explains its popularity across so many vehicles. However, consider changing in these scenarios. If the factory spec is actually 0W20, 0W16, or 5W20, switch back right away to avoid flow issues and wear. For engines over 75,000 miles showing oil use, more than 1/2 quart per 5,000 miles, try high-mileage 5W30 first for its seal conditioners. With persistent hot idle knocks or borderline low pressure on higher mileage motors, explore 10W30 or 5W40. If your climate supports it and the manual allows. In extreme heat, heavy towing, or aggressive driving on older engines, a step upgrade, if approved, can provide better high-temp stability. For pre-2000 classics or certain diesels with looser tolerances, traditional 10W30, 15W40, or similar often outperforms thin modern oils. What to avoid at all costs: changing grades based solely on forum rumors without checking your manual. Believing thicker oil universally equals better protection. It's about the right thickness. Pouring heavy-duty diesel oils, like CJ, for 15W40, into gasoline engines unless explicitly okayed, as additives can harm emissions components. Using viscosity changes to mask underlying problems like worn rings or seals, get a proper diagnosis. The smart path forward: always start with your owner's manual as the ultimate guide. For low mileage, trouble-free engines, follow it exactly. On higher mileage ones with symptoms, prioritize high-mileage oils in the recommended grade before considering approved alternatives. Your engine's design, age, and environment dictate the ideal choice, not trends or guesses. In the end, 5W30 is excellent when it matches your needs, but disastrous when it doesn't. Using it in thinner spec modern engines risks efficiency loss and component damage. Sticking to it in worn-out motors can mean unnecessary oil burn and noise. Get it right, and your engine will reward you with longevity and reliability. If this helped you rethink your oil choice and potentially saved your engine, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below with your car's year, make, model, mileage, and what oil you've been running. I'll reply with tailored recommendations. And if you're tired of outdated myths costing you money, subscribe for more no-nonsense maintenance tips. Coming up soon, the real story on oil change intervals. Why 3,000 miles is often a waste, but going too long can be just as bad. I'll break down how to find the perfect schedule for your driving. Stay subscribed. The right oil, used correctly, is one of the cheapest ways to make your engine last forever.